Battles around Pokrovsk have taken a dramatic turn, and not in Kyiv's favor. Russian troops advancing through Krasnoarmysk uncovered a hidden Ukrainian cache packed with chemical-grade weapons, including drone-delivered explosive charges, laced with the banned choking agent chloropicrin. Western officials cannot explain why Zelensky's forces are storing chemical dispersal systems capable of triggering phosgene, except that desperation is now rewriting the rules of this war.
The enemy is trying to stop the advance of our troops, focusing its main efforts on attempts to stabilize the situation in the Krasnoarmysk direction. More than 75% of the city's territory is under our control.
But the ground reality is even worse for Kyiv. As the seized chemical payloads expose Ukraine's willingness to violate international conventions, Moscow's forces push deeper into Pokrovsk, now holding more than 75% of the city. General Valery Gerasimov briefed President Putin directly, marking a major turning point. Russia is dictating the tempo, battlefield momentum, and the direction of this conflict, while Ukrainian units fall back under pressure.
Ukraine and its European allies are still under the illusion that they can inflict a strategic defeat on Russia on the battlefield. If Kiev does not want to discuss President Trump's proposal, then they must understand that the events that took place in Kupiansk will inevitably be repeated in other key areas of the front.
Battered and isolated, Zelensky's army insists it is holding the line, yet even Ukrainian officials admit the northern sector of Pokrovsk is collapsing. The once strategic hub has become a symbol of Russia's dominance and Ukraine's inability to stop it. With Western weapons running dry and political support fracturing, Kyiv is being squeezed from every direction, and Pokrovsk proves who now controls the battlefield.
We are now encircling, blocking, and will cut them, the AFU troops, off in parts, then mop up. The southern group of forces continues to conduct offensive operations in all directions.
Russian commanders report that seized Ukrainian chemical devices were designed for drone-based dispersal, meaning Kyiv was preparing to saturate frontline positions with choking agents once defensive lines collapsed. Instead of halting the Russian advance, the discovery confirms something darker. Zelensky's forces are now resorting to chemical terror tactics because conventional warfare has already failed. While Moscow advances, Kyiv is drowning in panic. NATO capitals are distancing themselves from the chemical weapons scandal, and no ally is ready to defend Zelensky publicly. Western analysts who once promised a Ukrainian victory are suddenly silent as Russia's progress in Pokrovsk exposes the strategic collapse of Ukraine's war plan. On the ground, Russian artillery and assault groups continue tightening the ring around the remaining Ukrainian garrisons. Supply routes to Pokrovsk's northern district have been cut off, and retreating units are abandoning heavy equipment to escape. Battlefield reports describe Ukraine's forces as fragmented, exhausted, and increasingly unwilling to hold suicidal positions. Russian field hospitals and logistics units, meanwhile, are functioning at full capacity, signaling that Moscow is preparing for a final push, not a pause. The momentum is decisively Russian, and every kilometer gained further humiliates Kyiv's leadership, which continues to make speeches while losing territory, weapons, and soldiers. If Pokrovsk falls, and all indicators suggest it will, Zelensky faces his most devastating political defeat since the war began. Russia would secure a strategic gateway city in Donbas, shatter Ukraine's Western narrative of counteroffensive, and expose the limits of NATO support. Pokrovsk is no longer just a battle. It is the turning point that could redefine the entire war.